I had a couple questions about leg positionings, so let's go over some of the basic leg positionings. And before people flame me, coaches are stupid, me included, and will forget what the name of something is, or they'll just make something up because they're kind of dumb. So there's a lot of different names for the same exact positions, but just for familiarity's sake, when we're thinking about leg positions, leg entanglements, usually you want your legs somewhat between your partner's legs. If I have one leg between my partner's legs, and then I have his leg shelved, and then my foot is on the outside. Some people call this like the traditional ashi. I call it single leg X position because one of my legs are Xing underneath his leg. But we're in the single leg X or like the traditional ashi position. When I take the single leg X foot out of the center and I bring both to the outside, I call this double outside or double outside ashi. Traditionally, I don't like to stay here for too long because if he turns, he's got a nice little inside heel hook right here. So personally, I don't like doing this when I'm in nogi. I like it better in the gi, trying to do belly down ankle locks and spinning on knee bars and whatnot. But so we got single leg X with my shin on the inside, foot on the hip. If I take that one out, we're on double outside. If I'm in double outside and his foot passes my center line, now we're in 50-50 because we're matching. We just have my right leg hooking his right leg. 50-50, that one's pretty universal. Both of us have our heel hooks, straight ankle locks, all that stuff. Now we're in 50-50. If I leave this here, and now I take my outside leg and my leg that's in the 50-50, and I take both of them to the inside, similar like how we would do from half guard when you go to rake the heel out to like wrestle up. I take both my feet to the inside. Now we're in, and this is the one that has like a lot of names, whether it's honey hole 411, saddle, I've heard it called a lot of different names. It's one of the most common like inside heel hook type breaking positions. So real quick, I'm gonna show this from the other side. So we're in something like 50-50 and I pass both my legs to the inside. And now we're here. We've got our heel hooks, we've got straight ankle locks, we've got elevations and knee bars, all that stuff. But for me, this is the saddle, okay? So again, just refreshing, single leg X, shin on the inside, we're here. Double outside, pass the foot over, 50-50. Now I pass my feet to the inside. Now we're in what I call the honey hole, 411, whatever, inside ashi. Those are some of the main positions. Some other stuff is, if this is regular single leg X, if I switch my feet positioning, this is what I call reverse single leg X, or reverse X. This is the position that a lot of people do aoki locks from. If I shift his heel onto my chest to catch his toes, now I start hipping in diagonally, we have aoki locks. This is also a new position. A lot of people like to do belly down ankle locks from here because the traditional defense that people teach is to push the foot off and then hip over and then it's like he's defending. But when I switch, pushing the foot off just kind of pushes it down into where I'm gonna go anyways. He's still trapped, so a lot of people have been switching this. Just realize now that I've kind of gone over a lot of the main positions, anytime you catch any leg entanglement and we're both seated, we're both on our butts here, you can kind of pass your own feet and their feet around, especially with what I call the burrito grip, where you basically take their leg and you punch it to the sky like this. Now I could literally pull my hips to his hips and then try to feed into whatever entanglement, whatever version, honey hole, double outside, 50-50. I can kind of like switch, pummel and flow between them. And as people defend one position, you can fire into the next. And it's like, you can kind of just like go between them as you please. And remember, they all have upsides and downsides depending on gi, no gi, rank, all that stuff. But if you get good at transitioning, people won't be able to keep up with you. So now you can fire between single leg X, reverse single leg X, like 50-50, like popping over the top, honey hole, going all the way through, like, and you can just kind of like blend between them and then you'll find a lot higher percentage of attacks. Does that make sense? Thanks, guys.